Okay, we are recording. So hello everybody. Happy January 23rd. We have, is there 30 days in January or 31? Okay. So we have a week and a day left of the month. So that is so much time. Um, I'm gonna mute everybody else just for a second. Let me manage participants. Yes. Okay. So you guys can unmute yourself whenever. I'm just going to mute it just so that we don't have background. Um, but guys, we have a full week left for everyone to go district manager, to have people on their team go district manager, because people can go district manager and beyond in a day. People have brought in 40, 60, 80, 100,000 in volume in a day. So we have 7.5 days. So this is totally doable. So just by like a sign of like thumbs up, has anybody seen kind of this document? It says Dash to DM Challenge. So just a thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay, Laura, Alicia, thumbs up or thumbs down. Okay, so that's okay. I posted it in our messenger, totally fine. I also posted it in Hope Hustle Fizz Repeat, totally fine. I know Rome's has seen it because she was working off of it. So this was posted by Amy, your national vice president, and her and kind of like the VPs put this together, and it was called a Dash to DM challenge. So it's to help you guys accumulate 3,500 success line volume. So not just yourself, but anybody, you, or if you have a team. And again, going DM, a lot of people go DM by themselves. So if you are a team of one, meaning you, as long as you are like the coolest player on your team, like you could go DM, because I went DM by myself. Like so many people go DM by themselves. You just can't really, like you could, I guess, go area by yourself, but don't, right? Where this is all about building. So what is the minimum that you have to do personally is 1,000 in volume if you have people on your team. So that's kind of the only caveat with that, is that you obviously cannot just ride the coattails of other people. You have to have that 1,000. So this was kind of set up as to be like a 5-day thing starting on a Saturday. So if you guys wanted to do this tonight, or if you want to start it tomorrow, depending on what your day looks like and bedtime, you can just list this up, and I'll repost this in Hope Hustle Fizz Repeat, or I'll tag you guys, whatever is easiest, so that you can like review the document and print it out. But the first thing is listening and getting your mind right before you do these tasks. So I think a huge thing for me especially is when I slack on personal growth and really listening to the things I need to do to get my mind ready to block out any negativity. When I'm not doing that, it makes doing the duplicatable business of Arbonne very difficult. So you have to kind of get yourself geared up. So the first task was to listen to Rachel Hollis, her podcast, in episode 70 specifically, 70. And that's how to get past other people's opinion. So I've been talking to like you guys, a lot of people on our team, and and I get it too. Amy gets it too. So everybody in Arbonne, it doesn't matter what level you're at or how many people you have or how much volume or how big your paycheck is. You're always going to, at some point, probably have somebody's opinion halt you from doing what you need to do. And sometimes that opinion is your own opinion, right? So that's why we need to listen to these. So it is a great podcast. And then the second thing, after you do that, it's not long, you're going to reach out to all of your preferred clients who have rewards. So I'm going to ask thumbs up, thumbs down again. Do you guys know how to see who has rewards? Thumbs up. Okay. Alicia, thumbs sideways. Okay. So what you do is when you go onto your, like aliciatran.arbonne.com, you go onto your own page, and then you're going to go under My Teams. I wonder if I can do that for you guys. Here, I'll go into mine, arbonne.com. Let me just log in really quickly, and I'll try to share my screen so I can walk you guys through that. Oh, and fun fact, guys, if you signed up with Arbonne with like an email that you get a ton of crap sent to, like I did, you can actually update the email that you utilize. How great is that? Because I just did that. All right, so let me share my screen. Where is it? Okay. Share computer. Okay. Okay, can you guys see my dashboard and stuff? Okay, so what you're gonna do is, let me try to zoom this in. So you're gonna go to My Team once you log in, and then you're gonna go, oops, I hit it too fast. So you're gonna go onto Team Reports, and it will automatically usually do that. So it always defaults to group volume here. I'm gonna zoom in even more. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go all the way down to this thing that says PC renewals and rewards. Okay, so then you have to hit search. I don't know why, just search it. And then this is going to show, now this is going to seem like, oh my God, at least you have so many preferred clients. They're not all mine, because if we scroll over, it shows who else they actually belong. Well, a lot of them are mine. But, oh wait, these ones are just mine. So I have to, oh no, here we go, sponsor. So right here. So it's everybody on the team. So Laura, like yours isn't going to be under here because you'll be under Mary's, because Mary is an area manager, so I can't see your preferred clients. But this is going to show everybody from your preferred clients, and if you have people on your team, preferred clients, and all you have to do is scroll over to this little column here that says free gift, hit yes, and it will update. Now you can then filter free gift as valid through. I don't even care about that. I'm going to talk to every single person that has a free gift, right? So this is just one of the ways you can do it. And then you can scroll all the way over. If you click here on this little email button here, it selects all, and then you can do send to email, and you can just send an email, like blast it out, and it will go through, like you'll just open up an email box and do it that way if you're not using the CRM tool. So that's one thing to always look at. So you're going to want to send a message to everybody that is still on that list for you, and just be like, hey, and whether it's email, text, voice messenger, physically calling, you know, that is like your choice. But what I'm going to say is, if you guys want to go DM this month with the reduced qualifications, don't do the easiest way. The easiest way is probably email, right? Because then you don't have to have a conversation. If you truly want to go DM and help people on your team go DM and beyond, get on the phone and call these people and be like, hey, this is a courtesy call. Like, hey, just giving you a courtesy call on your Arbonne account. Like a courtesy call, like that is something that people respond better to. So there's that. And then the other thing, which Laura, you won't have this just yet. Alicia, you may, just depending on how your account was a year ago. If you go to past due, I know my mom will have these, the past due renewals. So these are people that were clients of yours. Sorry, and then you have to hit search. These are people that were clients of yours that never renewed. So like, obviously I've been in Arbonne for 4 years now, or it'll be 4 years in April. So we have a lot of people on our team underneath me, underneath, you know, consultants that no longer do the business. So this is another way of just reaching out to these same people, being like, hey, this is just a courtesy. I know at one point you were utilizing Arbonne. Just want to talk to you about all the great things that have changed and different offerings we have. So those are two different things. So I'm going to stop sharing now and then go back. Okay, so that was step one is listen to Rachel Hollis. Step 2 is reaching out to any preferred clients that have renewals, and it doesn't matter when it expires, if it expires this month or in 2 more months, because they do have 3 months to utilize that. The next thing is to reach out to at least 20 people. Oh, 20 people, that can seem like overwhelming because this is all on one day that we're doing that. So 20 people, again, the way you reach out is the way you reach out. I'm not going to micromanage any of that, but you're going to say, and this is where I'll have you guys tagged in it. Hey, Alicia. So this is totally random, but I wanted to reach out to you because you probably have seen some of my posts about what I do with Arbonne. I truly have no idea if it would be something that's a fit for you, but I would love for you to check it out and see what Arbonne is all about. If it's not for you, you may know someone who could benefit from the product or an additional residual income stream we have to offer. It's definitely worth taking a peek. If I sent you a quick video or link, would you be willing to check it out and give me your feedback? So you're asking someone like, hey, I know this might not be for you, so you're giving them that out. But you're asking, would you check this out? And if so, give me feedback, or can you give me some people's names? Because part of being an Arbonne is doing just that. It is asking, it's sponsoring, it's asking for referrals. So with that, and if they do say yes, you're going to want to send them a link and then schedule a time to follow up. This is something like I've been talking about with like Mary a lot too, is, you know, when somebody's like, yeah, when are you following up? Like, make sure that person knows, like, okay, cool, I'm going to follow up with you tomorrow. Like, if you let somebody borrow your skincare, for example, like I met with a girl yesterday and I said, hey, I'm going to follow up with, when I get home, I'm going to text you tonight and just remind you the steps. I'm going to follow up with you tomorrow. And she was like, okay. So she knew, like, when I followed up with her today, I said, hey, just as a reminder, I'm following up with you today, because it is a business and it's an appointment-based business. Okay. So you're going to do that because we're sponsoring, because your sales are today, your scheduling is for tomorrow, and your sponsoring is for your future. Are you taking a picture, Alicia? I was like, oh, I can't hear you because you're muted. We unmute you.
Can you repeat what you just said?
Yes.
Okay.
Like all of it, or?
Yeah, because I was distracted. Something sponsoring is for tomorrow. Something, I don't know.
Oh yeah, so sales. So right. So like when we're thinking about, like, you know, being part of our album is sales, sponsoring, sharing. So your sales, those are for today, right? Your sales are your today volume. Your scheduling is going to be that tomorrow volume, because if you're making a schedule, you're going to be meeting with somebody and hopefully getting volume from that as well, or referrals. But your sponsoring is your future business. So if we are not sponsoring, in 6 months, you're probably not going to have a business. And this is something I learned very late in the game, guys. You guys are learning it right off the bat. We didn't talk, like, and they may have talked about sponsoring, but I never paid attention. So it's probably a combination of both of those. But, you know, just thinking about that, you're going to get the today sales, you're going to get scheduling for tomorrow, and you're going to get sponsoring. That is going to be the lifeblood of your business, so that you are not doing everything to earn that paycheck. You are having other people on your team. A business cannot run with one person. Every business is like that. We just have to get that back in ourselves. Arbonne is no different than the job you physically have. It's just the people are usually happier and not complaining as much in their job roles, which is dope. Okay. So that's going to be the first task. The second task is to listen to Debbie Neal. Y'all know that is my spirit animal of Arbonne, because she, like, will just punch you in the gut and just take no prisoners. So listening to her, and her SoundCloud is The Difference is Discipline. Okay, so again, this will all be in that for you guys. And then you're going to share about your healthy living journey on social media to create curiosity. So that's more of like showing a picture of what you're eating or things like that, and not showing pictures of things you shouldn't be eating if you're doing the 30 days, right? Guys, if you're going to eat something against the 30 days, either say like, oh my God, I'm so sorry guys, I'm doing the 30-day and I messed up because like somebody was out of town. Like I did that when Marina came into town. I said like, I'm doing the 30 days. Breakfast was good, but I did have some Prosecco, you know? And I said, but what's great about this is I'm not beating myself up. But other than that, like I'm not posting non-Arbonne 30-day approved things, because if somebody doesn't like looks at me as a consultant and I'm not doing a great job at it, why would they think they can do a great job at it? So just being careful with that. And then looking ahead, what activities do you have for the upcoming week? If you have donut holes, not the kind to eat, but if you have donut holes on your calendar of what you're doing with Arbonne, then we'll have a little bit more coaching one-on-one if you want. Okay, you're going to schedule a virtual event for 2 nights from today. Or tomorrow, however you guys want to do it, to share more for your prospects. Now, I am going to be setting up a bunch of virtual events, so you guys can just add people to it if you feel comfortable, or if you are ready to fly little birds, like you do it yourself, and awesome. And then you're going to reach out to, again, 20 people. So the magic of this is not just doing the 3 a day, it's going bigger and expanding your vision of what you are capable of doing. And you're going to do 20 people about the 30 days to healthy living. People who have liked your posts, have seen what you've been doing, looked at your stories, anything like that. So just looking back at your notifications, and people who have used maybe the protein or the fizz, like sampled it out for you or showed even any interest. Okay. And the verbiage is like, hey, I'm just going to use Alicia the whole time. Hey, Leash, I thought you might be interested in this clean eating challenge I've been doing because input why, like you've been liking my stuff, you tried the fizz, I know you liked it, you have Crohn's disease, you have IBS, you have all of this shenanigans going on in your body, right? This program has given me so much more energy, allowed me to sleep better, helped me improve my eating habits, so many awesome benefits. Now, if it didn't do any of those, don't say that. Literally add whatever it did for you that is accurate for me, so those are good. So many awesome benefits beyond just losing weight. I think people get very frustrated if they do this program thinking they're going to just lose weight. That is not the purpose of this. So you have to educate people. So even if it's not for you, you might know someone who could benefit. If I send you a quick link with some info, would you check it out? And again, they would say yes. You would send them whichever video you want. So make sure you have something on there. So I have in my phone, my notes section, I have quick video links so I can send people. So I always have it accessible, and all I have to do is copy and paste. So I'm not like, oh my God, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? If you do the YouTube page, that top video that they share, that's just explaining the process. So what you could tell somebody is, hey, I'm going to send you a link. It's going to tell you what the process is, but within that page are several testimonies. And you can definitely go through those if you want, or you pick the one for them and send that, okay? The next day, becoming a DM. You're going to listen to our 2018 GTC keynote, Miranda Burcham. I love her. She held Cameron. I love her. I love her to death. And you're going to follow up all the messages you sent on the first day of this challenge. And then you're going to schedule 3 video chats with your VP. So that could be Liz, that could be Megan, that could be Amy. So go to Liz first, then Megan, then Amy. But you're going to do 3 video chats, and you can do that via Facebook app. You can do that via Zoom, however you want to do that. And this is the verbiage you're going to use. I'm so glad you were intrigued. Sounds like you could use a little more info. I'd love to have you chat with my friend Liz, for example, who's been in Arbonne longer than me and can help me answer your questions. If I grab her on a video chat with us, would tomorrow evening or Tuesday morning be better for you? So you're asking, is this or that day working for you? So that you're not giving them an option to say no, okay? You're gonna then share your healthy living journey on social media for curiosity. So the first one was showing like a post about it, and now this is like you're showing something actually that it's done for you. And then the next is reaching out to 25 people to join you in a personal event. And the verbiage there is, hey, I thought you might be interested in a Facebook Live that I'm doing tomorrow evening because of XYZ. I think you'll love the info. Even if it's not for you, you might know someone who could truly benefit. If I added you to the event, would you check it out? So again, it's very similar verbiage to what we were just doing. Okay, day 4, because it's all listed as days. So day 4, listen to Belief, Attitude, and Commitment with Cecilia Stoll. So Cecilia Stoll is our #1 income earner. She is an immigrant from Brazil, so go her. She joined this business because she didn't even have $200 to pay a bill. Some random person in her office she found an envelope on her desk and there were $200 because somebody overheard her talking about that. And then somebody who had heard that went, and she vowed that she would always be that person to give people things when they were running low. So amazing, like rags to riches, literally. And she is a 12-wide MVP. She makes about $1 million herself every single month. It's insane. So obviously she knows what she's doing. So listening to Belief, Attitude, and Commitment, hosting your own event about amazing opportunity. Make sure to include some info and personal testimonials about the 30 days. Now, Alicia has been doing a great job hosting a lot of little mini events. Now, an event does not have to be like 10, 20 people. It can be 2 or 3 people. And that's kind of like an awesome way to do it. Just like you and 2 to make it less stressful on everybody involved. You're going to follow up with all the messages that you sent on day 2 of the challenge. And then you're going to reach out and put up a sample pamper basket on social media to get people to try and borrow. So obviously these would be local people. I mean, like, hey, does anybody want to borrow this? And the verbiage is this pretty little thing, like, so you can have it like in a water bottle, like whatever you want to do. Needs a home for a few days. All my faves are here to pamper you. Who wants to take it home and spoil them? And then, everyone's getting samples of the best nutrition. Everyone's loving our newly formulated protein and fizz. It has no maltodextrone, less sugar. You'll love it too. There's freebies in here. Whatever you want to jazz it up to your friends and family. Okay. The last day is Own Your Month. Debbie Neal. You're going to listen to that. You're going to follow up with everybody that, if you had an event that came to your event, whether it was live or in person, you're going to share about your healthy living journey on social media, again, for curiosity. And then you're going to reach to at least 10 more people about joining our 30 Days to Healthy Living group. And then if they're jumping in, ask them to host an event in the next few days so that you can get people that they know to also jump in. And then for Thursday and Friday is How to Control Your Mind to Get Anything You Want. It's a podcast. I didn't listen to this yet. So it's the Ed Milet Show. Sounds pretty great. You're going to follow up with people who have done samples. You're going to share about your journey again. And then there's verbiage there. And then the last day is listening to Donna Johnson's Go for the Gold Atlantis AIT to get us like, as a reminder, we're doing this to promote, to get people to promote so that we can all be in the Bahamas in October. Okay. We're going to follow up with every single person. So when you're doing this challenge, you're going to be writing it down. And that's just 7 days and like really be excited about what you could do in 7 days. So that was a lot of information and I'm going to post where that is for you guys. So like you can literally copy and paste the verbiage, but I just kind of wanted to like read it through quickly and get that done for you guys. The next thing is, does everybody have daily methods for success? Yay, nay, yay, nay. Okay. So these are like everywhere. Good job, girl. Oh, love it, love it. So there is a new group and it's called Flourish to Region. It's a 90-day boot camp. It's for consultants, district managers, and area managers. So they had their first call today. I think it was like at 8. There was one at 10:30 and then there was one at 8 p.m. before this call. So they're going to be doing it every Thursday and they're going to be giving us homework. And guys, this call this morning, I don't know who the MVP was because it's going to be Amy and somebody, she's from New York. It was awesome. And it really is going to focus on mindset, activity, and sponsoring. And that we have total control over our actions. Like you literally have control over if you do well in this, right? But what does that mean? That means like if you're doing it, great, because it's easy to do, right? This is not difficult. It's our mind that usually makes it difficult, but it's super easy not to do it as well. And that's, I think, where we get stuck. So if we're not sponsoring people, it comes down to 2 things. And I was just like, kind of like you're not talking to enough people. We should be talking to a minimum of 40 people about Arbonne, not just talking and getting like a conversation started, physically talking to them about Arbonne. And when we're talking to them about Arbonne, number 2 is speaking with intention about Arbonne. Like me and my mom were talking about this today. You know, how many times you kind of talk about Arbonne, but you're like creeping up around it, but you're not actually like super intentional. Like, hi, Laura, I want to talk to you about Arbonne because it's done X, Y, and Z for me. And I know you are looking for something like this, like input what this is. I know you probably don't think this is like anything real, but please don't dispense it until you've heard a little bit more. Like, can you just give me that because you've respected me in the past because of X, Y, and Z, right? So that's intentional and not like, I hate the word pussyfooting because I don't like the word, but like, right? We're doing that a lot because I am guilty of it. So if I am guilty of it and I feel more confident than probably everybody on the call, I guarantee everybody else is doing it too, right? So that's just how it is, but we have to. We become district managers, we promote district managers, we teach district managers to promote district managers, and then we continue to do that over and over again, and that is how we get to MVP. So it was such a great call. I thought for me, because it's like building a team is a mindset. So I'm just gonna read a few different things. Oh, here, this was something really good. They said, don't expect people to join by your lifestyle. So if you're posting a lot of things and stuff like that, like, and you're walking around with your water bottle, like we all say do that because like it will spark conversations, but they actually showed percentage-wise, 0.5% of people will actually care what you're carrying around. So that for math is about 1 in every 200 people. So 1 in every 200 people might think it's cool that you have an Arbonne water bottle or you're wearing like a Choose Love shirt or something like that, right? So that's a really low percentage. And I think we rely too much on that to bring a conversation to happen. But the expect should really be to ask them. The more we ask, the more we're going to get people to join our business or become connectors for us for our business. And knowing what you truly want, this I think is something that we all have to work on, right? Is knowing what that vision is and what is going to be that thing that like makes you realize it. And one of the things last night that Jerry said to somebody, and he was like, this might be really hard for some people to hear. And I think only Alicia on the call right now is not like a mom. But most moms, right? We do this because of our family. We want to be able to provide them and then their kids and their kids, right? But we allow the excuses and we allow what's in here to stop us. And he said to somebody, and he was like, this is really hard for some people to hear, but is your kids' happiness and future incentive enough for you to do this business? Because if it truly was incentive enough, you would do the little things every single day and be consistent so that in 5 years you have time and financial freedom to do what you want. And whether that is still doing your job, whether that is quitting your job, whatever that is, aren't they important enough? And I think a lot of times as moms, we give the excuses, or if we're in school, like I'll do both of those, right? We're in school and we're like, oh, we started this because we wanted more time, or we wanted more income, or we wanted this. And then we let those things kind of stop us, like, oh, well, I have to study. I have like so many classes. I have to do this. I have to do that. Or, oh my God, the kids, they're busy and I was at work all day and things like that, right? We all do it, but the ones that go to the top still do it anyway. So that truly is like, like I want Cam to have an exceptional life, and I'm not treating this business to give him an exceptional life. So that was just something like he had said, and I was like, oh my gosh, like if Jerry would have said that to me, I'd probably be like, but in the end, that's what this is. It is to provide that for somebody. And whether it's your generation or generations down the line. So I thought that was really cool. And there was just some other things that he talked about for awesome responses for ghosting, because I think a lot of people have the ghosting thing. He said if somebody like ghosts him, he kind of just only waits like 24 hours basically, and says like, hey Laura, like I sent you a message yesterday. I hope everything's okay because I haven't heard from you and I didn't see that you responded. I'm just making sure you're okay. And then if somebody agrees to meet with you and then like doesn't and blows you off or says they're going to watch this or watch that and they don't, again, you lead with like, hey Leisha, I hope everything's okay. I know we talked about like you were going to watch this video and then we would talk, but I didn't hear from you. I want to make sure you're okay. And that's like when it's like via texting, right? If it's something on the phone, he does like the first 2 calls, he's like, hey, taking the pressure off. He'll say, whether you want it, you do this or you don't, doesn't matter to me, because in the end, we could have a friendship out of this if you meet with me. And then another thing is like when people say they're busy, he'll say, like he'll leave the first message, nothing happens, leaves a second message. And then the third message, he goes, could you give me the courtesy and call me if something comes up? Or could you give me the courtesy to call me back and let me know that you're okay? When you throw like courtesy, like people tend to, I don't know why. And I know this because at CVS, like we were like, hi, a courtesy would be nice if you called me back, and then people would call you back, right? Because you're just making sure. And in the end, if they don't join, they don't join, whatever. But that doesn't mean that's just today. Like Danielle on the daily, if you follow her on Instagram, she's the SoulCycle person, that she was asked for 6 years to do this. And she said no for 6 years. And then in January of 2019, she saw, I think Erica Stahl is her person. She saw her going to Maui and was like, oh my God, I want to give my child a really cool birthday party and I can't afford it. So she did it to get an extra $300 for this toy that he wanted. And 11 months later, she promoted to national vice president. It was just in Maui, like a week and a half ago. 11 months in this business after 6 years of saying no, like hard no. So if somebody is saying no to you, that doesn't matter. That's just no for right now. It's just not their time. So get over that and just move on. And that's a lot of the trainings I've been looking at is they're saying, just move on. Stop trying to like squeeze a sponge that's dry. No water is going to come out of that, right? So do what you need to do to get your headspace correctly. And know that if you're too busy to do this, it just means it is not a priority to you. And just be honest with yourself, and that's totally fine too. But just know that nobody wants it to not work for you. There was something else that he wrote. Okay. And here's a good thing. If somebody like, if you guys have probably gotten this before, like you're like, you do the verbiage or whatever, and somebody's like, oh, I'm just not interested. Thank you. But thank you for thinking of me, right? Ugh. The thank you for thinking of me. I hate that one. Right. So what Jerry said is like something that you could say back, and it might be weird texting. So this is more like conversations. Be like, with all due respect, you have no idea what I do. So wouldn't it make more sense to sit down with me and hear it? Because have you ever bought a house or bought a car or something that was large, right? You usually do your research if you're going to actually buy it or not buy it. So that's the same thing here. So why don't you hear the information? Because, with all respect, you don't know what you're missing out on. Because do you think if this was a bad thing, I would want people to join or I would be doing it, right? So it's kind of being confident and knowing that. And if somebody says like they're too busy, you can do the 168 hours exercise. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but we have 168 hours in the week. Nobody has more and nobody has less unless they die. Everybody has 168 hours. So typically people will like work 40 hours, right? So minus 40 from that. You're eating, like your prep, your meals, that's usually about 3 hours a day times 7, that's 21 hours. You're sleeping like 7-ish hours a day, less if you have kids or you're in college. It's usually 2 hours a day, I feel, because you can do stuff like that. But so 7 times 7 is 49 hours. And then recreation, there's usually about like 30 hours that people like will go like out, have fun, things like that. So after you get that, the average person has 20 to 30 hours of just nothing. Like it's unaccounted hours. So when you do that with somebody, you actually can show them like, well, no, you do have this time. It's just, I'm going to teach you more time management. So people can do that and say, wow, like, were you aware after all of what you do, because you are so busy, you have another 25 hours left. Now, let me ask you, if you could take even 10 of those hours and I could help you build a residual income, would you be interested? And most people will say yes, but it's that verbiage and feeling comfortable saying that. So what he says is, if I could show you how to take 10 of those 28 hours and invest it into a business that would give you financial and time freedom, would it be worth it? And if they still say no, okay, cool. Let me show you some nice skincare. Okay. Cause then like, they're not gonna do the business right now. Give them freaking RE9 or some fizz, get them addicted to that. Right. And then the other thing he said is, how long do you want to go through life to not have the time to really do the things that you want to do? Right? Are you 18? Are you 25? Are you 30? Are you 50? Time is not going to change. Time is just going to continue to go. So how do you want that time to go? Do you want to end up having more stuff that you can fill that time with that brings you joy? Or do you want to continue just doing the same thing that you're doing with that time and not growing yourself as a person or not offering more to other people that you care about? So it's showing people a way to get back their time. And it's not easy, but the people that are doing it quickly is when we look at the daily method and they're reaching out to, our thing says reach out to 3 new asks, three follow-ups, 3 whatevers. They're doubling that and tripling that. So they're doing like 10 to 20 a day. So they're just getting in front of more people. And everything I've been seeing now, guys, is the way to do this business and really get it is just to talk to more people. It doesn't matter what you're saying. It's just talking to more people, because the more people you talk to, the more people are going to hear your story and the odds are better in your favor. Like the Hunger Games, may the odds be ever in your favor. Just talk to more people, right? But don't kill them, because nobody wants that. And then for incentives, there's so many incentives out there, and this was kind of interesting because some people don't care about incentives. So but that's where he said, how is your kid not incentive enough to do the work and win at this business? And I was like, oh, Jerry, you're rough. Don't fly on Hope It Happens Airlines. That was really good. Shane Devlin said that last night, and I thought that was really funny. And then with your daily methods of success, you could bookend your day in the morning. What are you grateful for when you get up in the morning? And it could just be getting up in the morning and reviewing what you want to do that day, whether it's Arbonne or life. And then at the end of the day, again, looking back at, did you hit the goals that you set for the day? And then what will your goals be tomorrow? So I know my mom just got an accountability partner with somebody I don't know. I just got like kind of a new accountability. Laura, have you gotten one yet? Okay, we're going to get you one. And all in accountability, if you are ready to do this. If you are not ready to do this, that is totally fine. You just message me separately. But an accountability buddy is just going to say like, hi, did you do this? and ask you for your picture. Mine's texting me now because it's 9:30. I usually send mine and she's like, hi, where's your picture? And I'm like, I'm doing a training, leave me alone. But that's all the accountability is. It's not for coaching or running ideas by, and that's kind of what I always used it as. It really is just somebody to be like, hey, I did my daily asks today. I did it, like done, did it with love. It's all good. Alicia, do you have an accountability? I'm going to unmute everybody.
No. I asked
Okay.
Mary. She never got back to me.
Mary, could he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
really ask somebody else.
what you guys can do is if you want to go on Love and Dreams, or you can go on Hope Givers and just post, I need an accountability buddy. And somebody you don't know is probably even better, right? Because then you guys can just say whatever. I know with like Mary, like our Mary, she said like her accountability buddy, like they weren't really doing anything. So I said, okay, get a new accountability buddy. And if she gets upset, be like, well, you weren't holding me accountable. So like, whatever, it's your business. And if you need somebody to be like, send me, because that's what Nicole does. She's like, hi, where is yours? And I'm like, and don't lie.
I definitely probably need one because I don't finish the daily map of success
and like
every day.
some days, right, you might not fill everything out, right? But just own it. That was like, so this 90 days of doing the daily method for success, that is what the group is. And just by the call I was on today, guys, like I am going to encourage everybody to do it. Even if, because where you will be in 90 days, I guarantee you, your paycheck will grow, your mind will grow, your heart will grow, and your team will grow, because it's going to make you do the easy things that we make hard. And then the other thing is, if you're not sure where to start, go to the Hazelton S'mores page. It is under all of our groups, under announcements. It's right there for the link. Go there and start with step 1. Do step 1 and then go to step 2 and then go to step 3, 4, 5 steps. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be relaunching my business as well, because guys, my goal is that we are a region for April. Like it is a no backdoor goal, because we need to go region. Like that's just what it is, because we go region and you guys go district and area and region and beyond. And we stop playing Arbonne because it's not a hobby. It's not fun as a hobby. It's frustrating. Making Arbonne a hobby is very frustrating because you have ups and downs versus just slowly, steadily, just doing this for 90 days. And again, if you want to go region in 90 days, because I've been coaching with Amy all day back and forth, we want to go region, I'm going to do 4 times the amount. So instead of 3, I have to do 12. And it's freaking me out because I'm like, who am I going to ask? I don't know anybody. And then I look at my friends list and I have like 2,000 people. So I do have people. I'm just afraid to ask them. So that's for me. It's like, what SoundClouds am I going to listen to? Because I need to do the do just as much as you guys do. So I just wanted to really like just go over this and go over that challenge, because I think
I don't know how I missed that challenge. I literally didn't even see it.
It's because there's so many.
I know.
So what I'm going to do, guys, is, so you know the Hope Hustle Fizz repeat page? It's going to be there. So,
Okay.
but I'll also, because I think it was a link, I'm going to post the link in our group text right after this. I'm going to find the link again. I'm just going to put it in the messenger.
Yeah, I think that would be
For now.
easier. It will be easier to find it.
Yep. So, and like I said, guys, like the daily method for success, all these like little things that they all do, I'll put those in Hope Hustle Fizz repeat. So you can kind of just like search for it by topics. And if it's business, like this would be business related. So if you hit the business topics, you're going to have everything that I've posted as a business tool for you. If it's something about the 30 days, it's under Arbonne 30. If it's something for skincare, it's going to be skincare. So whenever I post anything in that, I'm trying to add a topic to make it easier for you guys to go in and be like, oh, here we go. But that number one thing is go to the Hazelton S'mores page and do step 1, step 2, step 3. And guys, when you're starting with this daily method for success, if you were never doing 3 a day, start with 1. Like, can you commit to doing 1 a day? 1 new ask, 1 follow-up, 1 connection? right? Because it you know, the number, obviously the more you do, the more successful you will do, because it's just the law of ratios, it's just math and statistics. But if 3 and 3 and 3 and 3, because it's like, you know, you're doing 20 minutes of development, you're doing 5 things you're grateful for, 3 new asks, 3 follow-ups, 3 client follow-ups, 3 team members. If that's too much for you a day, then start with 1. And if doing everything on the page is still too much and overwhelming, because it's a lot of things for a checklist, and if you were never a checklist person, this can be very overwhelming. So just do what you can do, right? And celebrate. Be like, holy crap, I said tonight after I did this training call with Alicia, I'm going to write 1 thing I was grateful for, and I'm going to ask 1 new person to take a look at the Healthy Living Live page. And then you do it, and you celebrate that, girlfriend or boyfriend, whoever ends up listening to this later, right? Celebrate that, because at least you did that. You made a promise to yourself of what you were going to do, and you did that. Okay. And then maybe the next day, or like in 2 days from now, you're like, ooh, I'm feeling saucy because I was able to do, like, I was grateful, and I asked somebody, you know what, I'm gonna add a follow-up in there, right? So if you need to do it slow, do it slow. If you want to run, then you do it all, right? But if you just are like, I'm scared because this is new, and I know I need to do it, but I'm overwhelmed right now because I'm not in the mindset I need to be, then you just do 1 thing. That's what it is. But just don't do nothing. Because when you do nothing and you start and stop your business, it is going to be so much harder for you to progress in this business. And that's a really good training I heard. It was from Donna Johnson's husband, and he said, stop starting and stopping, or something like that. Because he's like, when you are constantly doing this, it's harder than just, you know, you're not going to be as tired going up the mountain as if you stop and go. It's like being in traffic in 93. I said that at the training at the last meeting, right? Like driving to Maine with no traffic, you're still in the car for the same amount of time, but you're like, oh, this is nice, right? But driving from Boston to New Hampshire, like at rush hour, you want to like die, because you're just like, and it's like so frustrating. Even though you're in the car the same amount of time, you're going so much less than when you just go slow like a Sunday driver. They go further than what we do in Boston. So does anybody have any questions on, I know it might be hard to see, I'm trying to tell, the daily method for success? Does anybody have questions on it?
Is there, like, I think I saw on the Hope Givers, or no, I saw it somewhere, but is there one where it's like easy to print, or like small ones?
Yep. So we do have like the PDF, and you can just print it yourself. They have one that, like, there's a link that you can physically buy it, and it's already bound for you. Like, if you want to buy that, go ahead. And I think that one also comes with like the 40 faces page as well, like that you write down like 40 people I talked to about Arbonne, not like I said hello to and started a conversation. These are like, actually, I talked to them or asked them to like take a look. So I think the bound one, it's like a spiral bound, and it has both of those. But yeah, we can, I don't know if I have the PDF. So if I don't, I'll try to get that. And then, yeah, you can print it out as much as you want. So like what I was doing is like, I printed it on both sides to make it easier for me. And guys, I'm not going to lie. Guess who just started doing this as well? This girl right here. Like, I was doing it like off and on, but I've actually, oh, look at Amanda just posted it in the group message. Thank you, Amanda. I just got it on my phone.
If I'm not muted.
Oh yeah, no, everybody's not muted. Okay. But yeah, like, it's however you guys want to do it. So if you want to print it out, like, I know Laura had the smaller version, like 2 per page or whatever. I have like the full size one just because I need bigger. Yeah. So however that works, but this is going to be the way, guys, to not playing hobby. So any other questions on it? Or any questions just in general?
I have questions. Look at
go ahead.
Down.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
So
Laura.
you said,
Excited.
I know, huh? if I didn't write them down, I would have forgotten.
That's
Truthfully.
It's totally fine.
So you said like give people samples and stuff like that. So I really haven't given many samples out. I've given, a couple fizzes here and there.
Yeah.
But like what are your go-to samples? Because I don't also have like a lot of like sample size
so
things.
it's not so much like I don't really have a lot of like the sample packs. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of use them for me like when I travel. So I actually don't like giving the sample things out. I usually will do that if it's somebody like physically I can't get to. So if I have to throw it in the mail for somebody. But so if I'm doing that, or if I do a gold bag. So gold bag drop off, in case you don't know what that is just taking like kind of like the full size products if you have extra, or if you go to Moe's Southwest Grill and you get the little containers that you can take salsa away, take those and pour your products into it. So I did a post a while back on the deodorant. Like we were like, oh, you could buy it for like my whatever that was. So I had like a few people. So I even gave them, our clay face mask. I poured a little bit, enough for like maybe 2 uses with that, because it's a detoxifier, and you can tell people to put it on their armpits for like 5 minutes to help if they were always using like aluminum style deodorant, because it's actually going to help pull it out. They may break out, like some people have not, depending on like what crap is up in their lymph nodes. But I also gave that, but I used it in that. Like, I'm not giving everybody those cute little detox ornaments, and I'm not giving everybody samples. If I physically am going to give you something that I can't get back, like, one, I'm following up with you. But that's part of it. So like, yeah, I know, like we kind of we give fizz out like candy on Halloween, right? But you can be more intentional too. So that's part of it. Like, so sometimes I'll be like, oh yeah, here, try this fizz, right? Like Lauren, Alicia's roommate, I like texted her. I was like, I have blood orange fizz for you and Alicia. And she was like, oh my God, right? So that's like one thing. But then another one of the girls was like, what is this fizz? And I'm like, I'll give you one and I'll let you drink it, but I'm going to ask you about it tomorrow if you're going to drink this. Yeah. And she's like, oh, okay. So I told her like, hey, if you're going to try this, I'm going to want feedback, right? Think about if you physically had a store and you just let somebody try, like bring a scarf home, right? Would you be like, I
never came back,
right? Exactly. So look at it that way. So I usually actually don't recommend people to buy samples because one, it doesn't give you any qualifying volume. And we used to have like the Share Arbonne pack, and I don't know if that's available anymore, but that came with like some of the catalogs and like, I think 5 of the RE9, 5 of the prep work.
I have that pack and I still have some of the stuff.
So those I give to people.
Really.
Yeah. So if I physically can't be with somebody, like I can't give it to them, I'm going to use that to mail, or like in reality, I'm going to use it for me, like when I go away, or like just easy stuff for travel and stuff. But if I'm going to give that to somebody, I am going to have a set up appointment to follow up with them. And I think that's one of the big things that like I never did either. But if I so I told people, hey, you're getting this deodorant. I tracked. So I was like, you're going to get yours on Monday. I'm going to check back with you like Tuesday to see if you used it yet. Cause some people might get it and then, it goes on a cabinet, right? Like that, how many times do you even buy something and you don't even use it right away, right? So it's telling them, hey, I'm going to follow up with you. And then I'm going to follow up again. So it's kind of like our 30 days to healthy living tracker, right? Like if someone's going to do the 30 days, you check in with them like on the day before to make sure everything, like the day they get it, the day before, day one, like same thing. So you can do that with any of those products. And how you keep track of that, it can be Excel. It's like, however, if you want to do it on here and like, like when you're going to follow up again, you put it on the next dated page, like whatever you want to do that way. But making sure if you give something to somebody or you have somebody try something, you're going to follow up and say like, hey, I'd love to get your feedback on that, because it is your business. And if you don't let people know it's your business, they're not going to think it's a big deal that you gave them some thing of fizz. Like they don't know that that's your product, right? So it's just like always remember that. So with samples, like I said, like I don't usually, unless I know I'm not going to physically be able to see them to get it back from them easily. So most recently I did an RE9 drop off because like I think I had like host reward, like I earned, like basically I had a free freaking RE9. So like awesome. I'm using it now because I ran out. So it's now mine again. But somebody had posted on like one of the moms pages and was like, oh my God, I have like really like dry skin. I'm not loving it. Anybody have anything they love? And I posted a picture of my eyes that I have from using RE9, like when I was like 32 versus now. Like, yes, I still have bags and now I have a kid. So I feel like it's a better excuse. But I posted that. I was like, this is what I've used. And I used to always have really sensitive skin. And she was local. And I said, if it's not weird, like if you want to borrow like my full size products for a few days. And she was like, oh, okay. So, we met. I was like, please don't kill me. Like, I was like, I'm telling people where I'm going, like, just in case. But I gave her it and I said, hey, listen, I'm going to check in with you tonight just to like go over the steps again. And then when I checked in with her that night, I'm like, hey, hopefully you're going to use this at night, like around 8:00, right? Is when, if you give somebody skincare, they're going to probably wash their face around 8:00. So I just messaged her at 8, like, hey, April, hope you're doing awesome. Like, as a reminder, you're going to do the face wash, you're going to do the toner, the serum, and kind of just like went through the steps. And she was like, oh my God, like, thank you. Just, yeah, because like there's a lot of products. And I was like, I know there's a ton of products, but they're all awesome. And they do this reason for that. And I said, I'm going to check back with you tomorrow. So I had to check back with her tomorrow, right? So I said, Siri, remind me to check in with April tomorrow at 9. Because I wouldn't remember otherwise. So my phone the next day beeped because there was a ton of things going on. And I was like, oh crap, I got to check in with her. Because I said I was going to check in with her. And if you tell somebody, hey, I'm going to follow up with you, but then you don't, your business is not a priority. So it's definitely not a priority to them. So that was something different I did. And it was literally what you're supposed to do. And guess what? She bought the freaking RE9 set because I took it back from her too. I was like, okay, I'm coming. Like, and I'm like, and even if you're not there, leave it in your mailbox because I have other people that are going to try it. I did not have other people that were going to try it. Sadly, I wish I did. Because this was my first time like ever being like, oh my God, I'm going to do a drop off to somebody I don't know. And I'm freaked out about it. But she doesn't need to know that. But I put urgency. I let her have it for 3 days. And then I took it back from her. And then I checked in with her again and I was like, so she's like, oh my God, I loved it so much. I need to order it. And I'm like, okay. So it was more that, but I kept telling her, I'm going to follow up with you. Then I made a reminder for myself, followed up. The same thing with the fizz stick. So the person that had a fizz stick today, I was like, I'm totally going to like see how you're feeling like after you have it tomorrow. Like, I just want to see, like, does it work? And then if they're like, yeah, I totally loved it, I'd be like, all right, well, do you want more? I'll just be like, I'm not giving you more, so you should buy some. And like, depending on the person, like obviously if it's a stranger, I'm not going to do that. But if it's somebody I know, I'm going to be like, listen, you said you liked it. How about you get some, or if you want, I'll sell you like a week's worth or whatever, I know they're not for individual sales, but whatever, you can figure that out for you. Because the big thing is, and I know Alicia was like really guilty about this a lot. She gave out her fizz, like it was candy to everybody. She's right. Yeah, you did. You were like, who wants samples? And I was like, stop giving out your stuff. Get them over your house and have them drink it out of this in a Dixie cup. Like, stop giving people full-size stuff. Because she was giving people like, I was like, girlfriend,
I
that milk in the cow, girl. Like, right? And she did that all the time.
This girl asked me today if she could she could oh hi. She asked if she could like give me like money for the rosé.
Take her money.
And I was like, no, it's okay. Like, can you just invite a lot of people to my house? I'm like trying to be nice, so it's only a couple bucks. It's okay.
But yeah. So, but don't fall into that because I think we all do that at the beginning. We kind of like want to just give it away. And by doing that, you are devaluing your product. So just kind of like be careful on that. But again, like if you have an instance, you're like, oh my God, well, I can't give them a full sample, but I want to do that. Just like send me a message or send like Liz a message or Megan and just be like, hey, like, how should I kind of like tell them that I'm going to follow up? Because it might feel very awkward, but if you don't do it, it's going to be more awkward later. Like when you're like, hey, I know I gave you that thing and I never told you I was going to ask you about it, but it's been like 4 months and I was just wondering, how was that? And they're like, what are you even talking about? You need that job, right? So it's just, if you're going to give something or have somebody try something, just know that part of that conversation needs to be, I'm going to ask you about it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the deal for getting it.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what's going like Amy got the sample from Shane in a parking lot and it was like, 6 months or something? Like later, like Shane kept calling her, hi, have you tried it? And she just had it in her cabinet and eventually she just did it So Shane would stop asking her. Pleasant persistence. And now, she's an executive national vice president.
Seriously.
48,000 plus a month. So you know what?
It
And
works.
look at what Shane's probably making now. Like in the end, like who cares? Do you think Kylie Jenner cares that she has shared the 563rd like swatch of her lipstick? No. She doesn't care if it bothers you.
Yeah.
It's not bothering anybody. It doesn't.
So
And if you're
oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Who said something?
Sorry, it's Amanda, and my baby's she's starting to wake up because she hears my voice. So you're saying not to give out the samples, but I did sign on to do that bridal expo in 2 weeks because it is entirely out of my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And
awesome.
Again, and everything I'm doing trainings on that even separate from Arbonne because
and Megan,
I don't know what I'm doing. And so with that, I know you're saying, again, don't give away the samples, but like I was honestly thinking of doing, so that share pack as of yesterday or this morning, work was crazy, whatever day it was, I put it in my cart. I have not checked out, but that is available still. Cool. And they have a sample pack of the men's set. So like I was going to put together like giveaway bags.
Yeah. So what I would
for the bride and groom.
So what I would say for that is have a raffle. So what you're going to do is you're going to have like fill out to win these packs. So for like the fizz and stuff, like you can have things for people to try at the table. Like whether it's like you can have that and be like, hey, these are testers, not for you to physically take home with you. But what you'll do is like you can, I think Arbonne still sells them. And they're, what are they called, Ma? Like the lead, right? Like the lead LEAD or whatever. So people will write like their name or whatever, but you can fill that out and have like a questionnaire of like, what are you like, congratulations, you're getting married. Like, what are your top priorities? Like residual, like income, skin, weight loss, like whatever it is, have them fill it out and they all get entered into a raffle. And like, you could give like a fizz or something like that with your card attached to it, but I wouldn't give like full samples out. But what you could do is anybody that has an actual conversation and you feel like they are very interested in, you're going to maybe dog ear that little lead slip or something on the back that reminds you like, hey, I think this was actually a good prospect for either the business or as a client.
Priority.
Yes. And then what you're going to do before it ends is you're going to call them and be like, oh my God, you won one of the sample packs. So you're only going to give the sample packs to the people that you think are going to want to use these things, right? Not to everybody else.
Right.
Have testers for that stuff, for everybody can try and smell and things like that. And what I can do, Amanda, is I'm going to see if I have any of the actual like makeup and stuff. I'll see if I have any
I have to order
the tester
a lot of product.
No, don't do that. Post what you think you might need on Love and Dreams because it's like what in 2 weeks? No.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we can try because then we have the meeting. So if people have it at the meeting, like I can grab it at the meeting if you can't make the meeting. You know what I mean? Like don't.
Oh, that's right. I am going to be able to make the meeting.
Yeah. Okay. So, but I can get it to you before, because I'm going to be gone when you physically have it, but I can get it to you before then. So do not go and buy everything unless it's going to be for your own personal use, like that you're going to use as a tester. Like, cause that's what I do. Everything I bring to parties is my stuff. So it doesn't look pretty because I use it. Like Alicia's really good with the makeup. All of her makeup is used. It's her makeup. Right. But so we can do like, I can kind of show you like some pictures of things that like, we've done before in the past, but I had done, and my mom did this too. We did almost like was it a day in the life or a 7-day like mini like challenge. So where you have the little sample, protein, a few fizz. And I think we like charged like $50 for the bag. Like, so it came with things that you were going to utilize. So I think we rounded it like that's $50. So if people want like things to take away and buy, we had it that way. But like you can have like a few, like, if it's a water bottle or stuff like that, those are always really good to get and just fill some things up, but not everyone's going to get that. Or you can do like a really pretty basket. Like, what do you think they're going to want? Right. Like, it might not necessarily be all Arbonne stuff.
Because I am focusing on like educating myself on these products in case they have questions, are the RE9 and the prep work is for younger skin, correct?
Yes, but you can still use it. So I use it because it's a really gentle exfoliator, right? And obviously I
So
use the
those are
under eye.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm
so the prep
assuming
work,
that like the
the
bridal
RE9.
crowd is going to be younger than my age. So what I am really going to be focusing on is the RE9, the prep work,
Mhm.
the fact that there is a set for men, even though the RE9 is unisex, and then the nutrition pack.
Yeah.
So
And then I would say probably
I know we
a
have
little bit of
makeup,
makeup.
but I have a ton of the makeup because
Yeah.
that was my initial reason one of the reasons I switched. I
Mhm.
didn't have any makeup, so I
Yeah.
have quite a bit of the makeup myself.
Yeah, I know because Megan's done some, but I think Shane has done a lot of bridal expos. So she's our executive national vice president too. So we can see if
Yep.
there's like she has any pictures. But the other thing for that is make sure that you post on Love and Dreams, like, hey guys, I have a bridal expo. I'm looking for somebody who wants to do it with me, and like say where it is. And when
Yep.
you do have somebody else, so kind of like this is just like the rule of, Arbonne or whatever. If you do a booth or something like that with somebody, you guys usually kind of like split the leads, unless like you truly like were like, no, I love this person. But you guys would like kind of split that, and one person could be, talking to this person and then send you over and things like that. So usually people do it together. Like, and if any of you guys want to go, I know it's like more towards like the Connecticut border on the one she's doing.
It's in Newton.
Oh, it's in Newton. Oh God, you're gonna have so many people that can do it.
Yeah.
So, so we can definitely have people like who've done them before. I can even, Megan's gonna be gone. So all of it, Megan's gone, Amy's gone, Shane's gone, I'm gone. But we can check to see if like Liz can help out, or like if any of you guys want to do it like together too, and then maybe have like Liz or somebody, definitely just see who is available. Because especially if it's in Newton, like I would definitely say like the mascara, the eyeshadow, because if you want to be the most beautiful on your most beautiful day, like make sure your makeup looks good too and is safe for you. And then I can try to see if I have any like from Avery Honeycutt. She was a makeup artist, so she's done a lot of makeup. So you could always have like pictures like that and stuff. But yeah, it's going to be like the weight management, the makeup, the skincare, or even like a spa night. So I remember I went to a bridal fair when I was getting married, and I like earned a like at-home spa treatment with Mary Kay, and I didn't know what that meant. But it was like me and 5 guests. So I was like, oh, I have to do this. And that was one of the things. Like you brought 5 people, and I was like, oh my God, didn't even realize. But it was like at a place. It wasn't at like my house. So that was weird.
Yeah.
But we went, and like, I ended up buying something because I was like, I guess I have to buy something. But you would do an at-home facial with them. And then that is like the facial parties, which we could talk about how to do those too.
Right. Exactly.
Those are my fun ones. I like doing those. Those are fun. Because they're easy. So, but that's what you'll do is all that information you'll be able to get and then book parties from that. And
correct.
People get more raffles if like they book on the spot. So anytime you guys have something like this, you want to make sure you have your calendar and your calendar for the next 90 days of when you can do Arbonne. And then when somebody does, I want to let you guys go because it's like, I'm like, whoa, this is like, I'm loving that there was all these questions and that we're recording it. So, but when you guys like do any of these things, like have your calendar ready. And then if somebody does cancel, one of the things to say, and this is what Jerry said last night, is, when you do book something with somebody, you just let them know like, hey, just do me the honor and give me the courtesy and respect that if you're not going to be able to meet me or you're going to have to cancel, give me, if it's like a party, like 48 to 72 hours in advance notice, or if it's just like a one-on-one, 24 hours in advance notice, so that I can then reach out to somebody else, because those are my office hours. And if you're just like, because what always happens is like somebody cancels, then you go and watch TV or Netflix. No, it's still Arbonne time. So you either do a booking blitz or something like that. But just making sure that you, again, the intentional conversations, if somebody is saying they're going to meet with you, have that intentional conversation that your time is worth something, because it is. And people are rude and they're not courteous. And it's because we use this and we're texting and we're not actually talking to people anymore. So you can just avoid a text. It's super easy, but you can't avoid somebody saying, hey, respect me and respect my time. Like that's harder to ignore. So if you're setting that up at the beginning, like I'm so excited, I'm following up with you, I'm so excited to do this, but just let me know if something changes, that you give me the courtesy of letting me know, because I've maneuvered things to be able to have you in my schedule, right? And I'm excited because I'm going to pamper you and you're going to be VIP when I'm with you, right? And just making sure that we're doing that. And the same thing when you're doing like a bridal fair and stuff. If you get those parties on the calendar and things like that, there's all the trainings on like coaching on that. And we'll definitely, we can get all that. And every time you book something, it's to book something else. So like when you're having 2 or 3 people over, like who can they then bring next time? So like for the meeting in February, so we have the monthly meeting flyer. I superimpose my face onto the flyer because if I send the flyer out, so it's like so funny, I'll share it in the group. If I send the flyer out, my face isn't there. People I'm inviting, they're like, who are these random, very beautiful women, but who are these random peeps, right? So I just put myself in the center of the Arvon tree. Like, why not? Like, I also put myself on Amy's vice president board at her house with a Post-it. I put myself up there to see if she noticed. And she finally did. And she left it there. She's like, she'll be up there. So I was like, thanks, Amy. But like, put yourself where you think you're going to be. And I'm going to be on that flyer. You're all going to be on that flyer at some point. So if you're going to invite somebody with the flyer, put yourself on the flyer. Right? Because what you think about, you bring about. And you can all be VPs. So any other big questions or anything? It's like 10. So
I have a big question, but we can touch base later if you think it's late.
Go ahead.
It's just I have 2 leads right now of 2 moms that have literally kids the same age as my kids.
Okay.
That one of them I went to high school with, and then the other one was a daycare provider at the school who no longer is there.
Okay.
And they both, I did like the spiel, like I've got a good, like at least try to get in there. And they both, were like, yeah, like, one was like, I am busy, but I want to know about it. So just give me a couple of days, which I was like, okay, no problem. I know she, she's got 2 little girls, plus she's like pregnant and almost due with another baby. So I'm like, I get it. And then the other one, I had sent some messages and then we went back and forth. And I think the way I kept them kind of in tune is that I didn't only just talk Arbonne recently to them, which for other people I have been. But for these, I was like, how's your family? How are your kids?
Yep.
Like, so we've had the mix of conversation, but now one of them watched like I said, the Flourish video, the new one. And she was like, that looks awesome. Like, tell me a little bit more about it. And I had asked her at one point, like if she wanted to either host a party or do an online party, because she doesn't live close by right now. And she was like, I would love to do an online party. So tell me a little bit more about that. This step right here, and we can talk after maybe. This is where I get too wordy and then lose people. And I think that's where the downfall is for me, is that I try to talk about everything. And like, I think for some of these guys, like I'm going to go at it as like, you're a mom, you're probably exhausted. And then also like kid product side, because they're always, so I've kind of turned that around.
What
so
I would say is, so if you talk to them tomorrow, so if you're going to talk to them, so what's today, Thursday?
I can talk to them. So she messaged me back yesterday, after taking a couple days. So I was like, I also have a couple days then to get back to you, type of thing. And I know that they're not quick getting back to me, which is fine. So this is where I don't want to mess it. Not that I'm going to mess it up, but I want to take it easy, because some of the other people that I've gotten to this step, they're like, see ya, I'm done. You've talked too much about products.
So what I would say,
but like company and whatnot.
Yeah. So I would say, because you have now started opening up, this is where you get next level validation. This is the 3rd-party validation level. So you're just going to say, hey, today or tomorrow, when do you have about 20 minutes?
Okay.
And get that. And then you immediately message up to myself, to Mary, to Liz. We will get somebody. So you go, hey, give me like 1 or 2 times that you're free. Like, are you free? So figure out when you're free. So like you can give them options. Be like, would you be free for like a 15, 20-minute video chat? I want to be able to have your questions answered. And one of my friends in the business, like she's been doing it a little bit longer. So I think it'd be better to hear from her. Like,
Okay.
is this time or this time better for you? And then we will get somebody. That doesn't matter. Like, that part doesn't matter because you will have somebody to support you.
Yep.
But instead of you then like arm on vomit, right? Because that's
Yeah,
what we do.
literally
Arm on
what
vomit.
happened.
Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do is we'll set up a video chat, and apparently on Facebook Messenger, you can do video chat
Yes, you can.
with more than one person. I don't know how to do
Yeah.
it. I'll figure it out though. Don't worry. I'll figure it out if we have to, or I'll make Amy do it.
I'll just get you.
So I already
in
told
one.
Amy, I was
it's
like, Amy,
good.
you need
I
to
got
help.
you.
Yeah. So we can just do that, but figure out like on your calendar, what are those times? So one of the things I would love to do with our whole team is like doing a planning calendar, like call. So, like it just be like, hey guys, who is available? So Stephanie Ragucci on another team and like, oh no, it's her, somebody else. They all get together and they're like, these are when I'm having events. So can you come to this and you come to this, and they work together, whether it's virtual or not, because obviously if you have a virtual party, get other people on it. And that's like your team. So we can do plenty of things like that. And then just finding out, but when you find options for when somebody's free, give them the options. Hey, would it be better to talk to Friday at 10, Friday at 2, or Friday at 7?
Okay.
Because I expect you to say yes to one of these.
Yeah.
Okay. So giving those options that work for you, and then we would be able to figure out like who can help. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then
so don't tell. So like literally right now with one of them was like, tell me a little bit more. So like literally
you can send
don't
the
tell her
video. That's what
right
I usually
now.
do, is that quick video of like, this is what we're about. And if they're like, wow, that's awesome.
So she watched the Flourish one and she loved, like she thought it was great and she wants to know more. So it's like, do I just like,
yeah. So no, third party validation. You're at next step. Third party validation. And what we do
so I
is
don't tell her anything, nothing.
Just be like, so all you're going to say is like, hey, like, oh my God, I'm so excited that you love this video. I did too. Like when I look at it, I'm just like, oh, this is so awesome. So do me a favor. Are you free at this, or this time for a quick 20-minute video chat? Because I'm going to, I want to show you stuff. And I'm going to have one of my friends who's been doing this a little bit longer to actually explain it better than I would.
Okay.
Because even when Amy would do that, she would have Shane. Hi, she's an MVP, but she's still going to have third party validation when she does it the way, because she has somebody above her, right?
Yeah.
So it's the exact same thing. It's get that third party validation. All of the different SoundClouds, whether they're Arbonne or not, that's what they're saying is like what we're missing is that third party validation and getting somebody who's been doing it just a little bit longer to get in, because we just have more experience of hearing it and we don't know the person at all. So we're not going to have the like mind junk that you do when you've been talking to them.
Yeah.
So we just, the next step is find like 3 times. I always say like a 20-minute span. We try to do it in 15 because I know you're super busy. I totally get it. But are you like, out of these 3 times, which one works best for you? And if they're like, oh my God, none of those, because like I'm working like a 12-hour shift or something, be like, okay. And then give another option. But you get the option and then you immediately be like, okay, guys, I need somebody to help me. And it goes to me. And then if I can't do it, it'll go to Liz and blah, blah, blah. We just continue it up until we find somebody that's going to be that third party.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And there's a really good training on this. Donna Johnson on the SoundCloud. I don't remember the name of it, but I've listened to it in the last week. I wish I knew, you know what, again, I've listened to so many of them, but there's a really good training on this about having like your links ready and your videos ready and your contacts ready for like when, and you can, it's easy enough to say to people, hey, I don't have time right this second, but I'm just going to send you some information. And if you could just let me know when you've watched those videos, I'm going to check back in with you right in a couple of days.
Yeah.
So
And I like that because I think it's less overwhelming than me sending them this
like,
humongous letter, like, you know, this humongous blob of words.
If it looks like spam to you, what do you think it looks like to them? And that's like sometimes what I will tell people on the team, and I'll be like, hey, when you reread this, what do you feel? Because if you got that, how would you feel?
Then I'm like, peace out. See you later.
Exactly.
This
right?
is overwhelming.
So it's
that's why I
nothing
don't
like
want to
crazy.
do it
it's
right
just
now
like,
because I think these 2 girls would be a really great fit on my team.
But that's what it will be. So when we do the call with them, I'm going to be like, oh, what are their names?
It's Chelsea and Stephanie.
Okay. So Chelsea or Steph, like, oh my God, like, thank you so much for jumping on. I'm Alicia. Like, I'm a friend of Laura. And what I love about this business is I get to meet these amazing women. And because of Arbonne, like, Lauren is one of my dear friends and I would do anything for her. So she was telling me about you and like how freaking amazing you are. And if you're anything like Laura, I know that you're a passionate person. You're an amazing mom. And I'm going to edify the crap out of Laura.
Yeah.
Like, because like, I want to surround myself with people that are dope. Right. And that's why Chelsea, Laura wanted to get a call with me. And I'm going to go a little bit over. I'm going to do a quick presentation for you because I know she sent you a video. So I'll need to know, like, or whoever, we just are always like, what video did you send? So we know what to talk towards. And then we're going to ask, hey, what was your favorite part of that video? Like, what stood out to you the best? Oh, go ahead, Roms.
No, I'm just saying I'm
Night.
good night. The only thing I wanted
okay.
to say was the wedding expo. They had mentioned, I don't remember where I heard it either, but it's the perfect opportunity to let that bride-to-be know that if she has her wedding party over, a few friends over, it's a great way for her to get her wedding party gifts.
Yes, that was one of my things.
Yeah,
my
bring the whole wedding party
intention
over, do the
to begin with.
facial, the mask, and then let everybody purchase, and then they can hopefully be buying for their wedding party gifts. So that was it. But I'm going to say good night because our training is done, right?
Yes, I'm just taking your picture.
Training's done, right?
Training's done. I'm just going over a
Okay,
little
so I'm
thing.
going to say good night.
Okay.
Have a wonderful night, everybody. Good luck to everybody. Great job. And
DM in January.
okay, I don't even know.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
I don't even know how to leave the meeting. All right,
Just,
wait a minute.
just double click and scroll up. You just exit out of it. Just exit out of it. You're good.
All right, I'm going to
but
let
yeah,
you guys
so-
go too because I have
Yeah.
to work in the morning and
Yes.
typically I only sleep until about 1 a.m. So
You need the sleep well spray. Well, as a mom that has to wake up, sleep well spray is the best thing ever. But yeah, Laura, so what we would do is we would just, you tell us like what video you sent them so we kind of know like where their head's going to be at. And then we edify you and then we quickly just do we ask them like, hey, what did you like best about it? So we can kind of see like where there is. We're going to do the presentation, but then we're going to ask that close, right?
Okay.
So now imagine your life in 5 years if time and money were not an issue. What does that look like? And what you're doing right now, are you going to get that? Right. And so we kind of do that. And then the next thing will be again, hey, Laura's, I know we gave you a lot of information and you're probably like thinking a lot. But I'm going to like open it up now. Do you have questions? And then I'll be like, no, I want to sign on. Like we like freaking open it up and we're like, we're going to share the screen.
Yeah. And I didn't actually ask them about like any of like the business opportunity. I was very vague with like,
but
hey,
that's what the presentation
Arbonne?
is. The presentation has all of that. So we're going to, we have to ensure that we're getting that emotional connection to it. And that's why we edify. So
I haven't
we
sent
do
the
that.
video to the other girl yet. I was going to send it tomorrow saying, hey, I know that you said that you're busy, but when you get a chance, watch. I was going to do the Flourish video because I think the Flourish video is pretty good.
I love the Flourish video. Yeah.
I think it's really good because I think it kind of gets you kind of,
because it talks a little bit about both. It does. It talks about a new lifestyle, but products as well. Yep. So I think it's great. The marketing that they're doing is just, it's so amazing. But you can send it tonight.
Easy to utilize.
Like you can say, hey, you're probably sleeping right now, but I was actually just talking about you with my friend in Arbonne because I'm just so excited that we've opened this connection. I wanted to send you the video. I'm sure you're sleeping. I'm going to I'll check in with you tomorrow. So just send it and just say that, right? Because that's what you are doing. You were on a call with
and I
your
just want to
friend.
send it and say, I know that you said you're busy. I'm just sending you the video. So when you have time, I'll check back with you to see what, when you've watched it. Cause I don't want to be like part of my French, like up her ass. And I feel like
be pleasantly persistent, not up her ass.
Yeah. It's kind of, gotten me in the hole before with people just kind of like ghosting me and being like, see you later, I'm not interested. And, and that's fine. People are going to say that because, I've done that to other people before in the past.
We've all done that. So we can't get upset if it's done to us because we've all done it. Like that's just human nature. Yeah. So
I definitely did it to people. So it's just, I'm trying to find that middle ground and I'm getting there. And I'm doing the reach outs and I'm getting a lot of people who
Yep. So
just
you're
don't
going to do those
respond,
reach
but now I'm
outs
getting
and then,
a
it's
little
the
bit
reach outs
more
and then
response.
get us involved. Reach
Okay.
outs, get us involved. Reach out. And that's what we haven't really been doing.
Yeah.
So, but that's what we're going to change because we're going to follow the system because that's the system.
Okay.
We're just going to do the system. So you have, and it's not that we don't think you guys can do it. It's
No.
only because every system says you get people who are above you to talk, above to talk, above to talk,
Absolutely.
because it shows that it does work. And that is all
Yeah,
it
and
is.
it's just like, you know, it's also nice to see the team atmosphere and
Mhm.
like, you know, I think down the road it's like then it will be me the one that's talking.
Exactly.
You know, and it's just me learning from everybody else, you
Mhm.
know, and I'm, you know, it's taking me a little bit longer to get there. You know,
Guys,
it's
it took me
just-
like well over 2 years to even like think about this.
I think just
So-
the biggest thing for me is I want to be able to, you know, like I've said before, use this money to be able to pay a bill, pay
Mhm.
for daycare. You know, the daycare cost is just, you know, it's if I can
Mhm.
change that out and start with just the cell phone bills, like
Yeah.
great.
And that's what, like, you know, he's going to see that too. So
Yeah. Yes.
yeah, exactly.
By the
Yeah.
way, who's going this weekend?
I'm going, I don't know if
You're
met.
going? Good.
Alicia's going, Sarah, my mom. I don't know. I think Carrie might be coming. So
Oh, is Carrie the one who just came to my house in the middle of the day and picked up the boxes?
probably.
um,
Oh, that's funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm coming. Chris is coming. Are you dressing
Chris is
up?
coming.
Okay. Is he dressing up?
Well, he's going to wear like a nice dress shirt. No, he's not going to look
Dress
like a 20s gangster.
Okay.
As much as I would love it, he would never.
Well, I got myself like a head thing with a feather.
Oh, I have a
thing.
headpiece. I have flapper dresses. I have sparkles.
Well, I'm wearing I have a dress upstairs. It's just like a purple, like really like long dress that I'm going to wear because I haven't worn it anywhere. So, and I got some like black, like flapper type thing. But
Love it.
does Chris,
Yes.
I was going to say Chris will wear dress pants and like a nice
Yeah,
shirt.
Chris usually just wears dress pants and a button down.
Okay. I don't
even think
get
he
him
wore
a
a tie last
flapper,
time.
like hat,
Yeah,
suspenders.
no, he does not have to wear a fedora unless he
Great.
wants to.
I was like,
Unless he wants to.
well, I wanted to know if like the guys really did
No,
dress
I'm
up.
sure
Like,
I'm sure some guys are
will.
gonna have like, you know how like they would have
The band.
the band.
Mhm.
I almost got some, but like in reality, like no.
Yeah. Okay.
But for my region
Okay,
party
so-
though, that's a different story. You guys may all have to be so decked out that
Well, I'm just going to keep my stuff then.
yes,
Mhm.
obviously. I was like, I don't
Okay,
really need
cool.
another 20s style dress because I have two. Like,
Oh my God, you're so funny. I love
it's
it.
my favorite.
I know it
excited.
is.
It's my favorite.
Oh, cool. So,
Um,
and then silly question, is
yeah.
there like raffles and
Yes,
or
they usually
stuff
have
like
raffles.
that?
So they'll do Venmo too. So if you don't have physical cash, but I don't think the bar is cash only.
Okay.
But the bar is not like open bar. But some people just put things under
Some nips.
their table.
Oh, okay.
Like
So I'll
some
just
people
bring
have
my-
bottles of Cheetos.
I'll bring my
underneath.
handle of Tito's that's on my
Exactly.
counter.
Yeah, just in a big bag, leave it under your thing, and you're like a
Hey,
21 year
I
old.
was bringing
Totally
my mom, I
fine.
was bringing my mom back.
Yeah, there you go.
fine.
Everybody does because they bring flip flops. Cute
Oh
shoes
my
for
God,
10
that's-
minutes for the pictures, and then it's flats all the way. Yeah. So fun. I think it
So
starts at
funny.
7.
Yes, I think we just got an email from like confirmation or something like
Yeah.
that today.
So
7
I would
o'clock.
eat prior. Like there is food, but it's usually like light hors d'oeuvres. So
Okay.
like I would like not have a huge meal, but like I don't know, maybe have a shake or something. But yeah, bring a camera, like have a blast and utilize this to like for your social media too. It's like to be like, oh my God, look at how much fun we are
Okay.
having.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so my Chris will be there too, so like they can.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Your Chris, my Chris can hang out.
exactly. Yay. Because Chris is
Perfect.
always like, "Are the
Well, that's
Audubon bros
he
gonna
goes-
all be there?"
Well, he was like, "Are you going to know anybody else? Am I going to be able to talk to anybody?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"We'll figure something out. I promise."
Well, because Chris, I'm like so bad at this. I am really bad. Like he's sitting over there like watching TV. I'm so bad at introducing. So he's
Oh.
always like, "Can you introduce me to somebody?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry." Because I'm like,
Oh yeah, you're probably like gone, and he's like, "Okay, I'm with myself."
yeah. He's just like last year.
I
he
tell
just
him I
had
got
little-
him covered. I got
He
him
had
covered.
Cam,
We'll
like just
get
sitting there.
Chris's together.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Chris
is
will be
Cam
together.
coming? Is Cam coming too?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's only like they only really have like young, like if they're still nursing or things
infants.
like that.
Yeah,
No, she's not coming.
yeah. No, mine's not either. I got mine. I got rid of mine for the entire night.
I'm very proud of you. Good job.
Mom, do you want to take them? Here you go.
Love, sit with grandma. So yeah,
Oh,
super
good.
fun. But yeah, just set that up. And one of the, because you said it a few different times, so I know it's the way, and Alicia, this is for you too right now. When you say, I'm going to follow up, don't ask them so much. Kind of give them options of when to follow up.
Yeah.
So, hey, I'm going to follow up with you when like tomorrow or Saturday be better. So don't say like, when do you want me to follow up with you? Because they could be like in 2 weeks from now, and you'll be like,
Yeah.
that doesn't go with my daily method for success. Like, so kind of give them that, and then make sure you have a way of like, whether it's like through your phone and just sending yourself a reminder, like, don't forget to talk to Chelsea. Just making sure you're doing that and you're sticking to that word. But you can kind of ask them like, when can I follow up? But give them those options. Those are like some of the little tweaks that I've been hearing, and I'm like, it makes sense.
It does make sense.
You know, but
then they have to like
because
pick
you
something.
said it so many times that you're like, and I'll ask them when they want me to follow up. Like, no, give them options and they can choose those options. So, all right, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for
see you guys Saturday.
Being on. Yeah. So if anybody needs anything tomorrow, just like text me or message the group. I think Amanda already posted something because she's a type A like me. So yeah. Perfect. And if you are not on that 90-day group, I am just going to recommend that you guys do it, because just the training today itself, I was like, wow, like this is awesome. And I think it's what we all need.
Call in. No, but I told her I would cover like. Is that the Jerry one? I couldn't call in the other day.
No, this is Amy posted it, so I'll tag you underneath it.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, have a good night, guys.
Night.
Stop.